Railers with the victory here tonight, 40-33, win number 22 on the season. Getting ready for another doubleheader coming up this coming weekend with Glenwood and Moline. Coach Neil Alexander joining us. Coach, thanks for joining us here tonight. Well, halftime things were looking kind of dicey again, matching the lowest output offensively of the season, which we did against Taylorville down at Glenwood. Third quarter, the intensity picked up, the pressure got some turnovers. Railers seemed a little bit more emphasized to go to the basket, got it back tied at the end of 3, and able to hang on and pull out the victory by 7.
Well, we won. But I'm wore out. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm wore out. And, you know, our guys, they played very aggressive the second half, which we've tried to get them to do all year long and play like that. But you know, you get behind people like that, and sometime and point, you're not going to be able to recover from it. So that's something that we don't want to do, but we need to start out. And you know, if you watch it, you guys have watched us play the last 2 nights. We really play hard for the first 3 or 4 minutes of the basketball game. Same thing in practice. For about the first 15, 20 minutes, we play really hard, and then we just shut down. And that's about how we've been playing, and you know how I feel about how you practice correlates to what type of game performance you have. And our guys have struggled with the practice side of it, and it's finally caught up with them on the game side. So hopefully this was a good learning experience for them. You know, we let offense dictate how we feel and what we're doing and how it's going, and you know, we can't do that. This is why you stress to play defense, is when your ball's not going in, you got to be able to shut people down. And, you know, we done a much better job the second half.
Well, and I think part of that, Coach, and with exactly what we just said before you got up here, is we did start out playing better or harder. But I give credit also to Eisenhower, who I thought the type of game plan that they came out with, 1, worked great, and 2, slowed us down. It kind of took the wind out of our sails. It took the wind out of us. It took the wind out of the fans. But yet they were holding the ball for a minute 20, and still getting a basket almost every time. And that's why they built that 10-point lead into the second half. So I think a lot of that had to do with what our opponent tonight did to us.
I think he had a great game plan. And, you know, Springfield, they do about the same. They'll hold the ball, they'll work it, they'll work it, they'll work it. And I finally looked at Coach Ewald and I said, if they pass it more than 6 or 7 times, we're going to shut down and they're going to score a basket. And, you know, we done that. But the second half, we finally got some pressure up, and, you know, they started trying to speed up a little bit, and that's what happened. And, you know, we finally got things going a little bit and got a little momentum, and our guys have got to create the momentum with your defense and you know, not your offense, because your defense will lead to offense. And you know, there's nothing more demoralizing to an opponent than to be able to defense and have to work hard, turn the ball over, give up a layup here or a 3 here. And you know, we finally got things moving a little bit there in the second half.
Coach, something that was really nice to see tonight, we saw a lot of players on the floor diving for loose balls, hustling. Thought Jordan Gesner played a good game defensively. Brant Coyne, especially in the first half, was on the boards all over the place.
I don't even think Brant scored.
No, he did not. He did
I'll
not.
tell you what, he played a great floor game. And, you know, scoring is overrated. There's so many other facets of the game that makes your team really good. And there's a good point on Brant tonight. He was very, very good. And, you know, we want to, you know, make sure that, you know, and he'll be told that next week. You don't have to score to be an important part to the team. And it's nice to have balance and things, but, you know, there's so many things to do. He created a lot of things for other players.
Coach, coming out of the weekend, 1 and 2. Got a tough weekend next weekend. Chatham Glenwood comes here Friday night, and then 4A school Moline comes in Saturday night. What can you tell the guys that to come out of this weekend that's going to propel you for next weekend, and then the following week against Langford, and then of course for the regional?
Well, you know, next weekend's opponents are completely opposite in how they play. Chatham's going to play you man-to-man. It's going to fill the lane. Moline's going to play you 1-2-2, basically a half court. I don't think they'll extend it out. but that's how it's going to play. And I think basically I was surprised that they came out in the zone tonight, and I think our guys weren't prepared for that. They were focused, but that's another thing that they need to learn is, you have to be able to be prepared to attack whichever comes at you, and that's something that you just got to continue to do. And I think this will be a good learning experience for us, and because we only played a half of basketball this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Coach, we talked about it a little bit during the broadcast that 5 weeks from today is the state final series in Peoria. With the effort that they had last night, and folks thinking, well, they're 22-5 and they just haven't really played that well, but there's no reason to believe that this team can't end up there 5 weeks if they play their best basketball.
Well, I told them in the locker room, I'd like to play for 5 more weeks. As far as our path to Peoria, there is no team such as a Champaign Centennial that's, you just look at that's impossible to beat. Last couple years you look at Centennial and they were really good.
Yeah.
Give them credit. I mean, they were good, well coached. Ramonte Rice, outstanding player, made plays to get them there and things. And there was a roadblock there. This year there's not anybody that way. So the possibilities of that happen are good, but it's also we have to play. We could lose the first game too.
Right. Might be the toughest part. Might be the regional.
Yeah, it will be, and you can be a little more relaxed in the sectional. But this here, our regionals here, there's a good chance we could play 2 teams that's beaten us twice, each one of them. And I would take that because I really think that our chances would be pretty good. But we'd have to play and do some things and be prepared for them. But one of the good things is when we get to the state tournament, we are not a good Friday, Saturday night team. We're just not physically strong enough to be that way. And once you get to the state tournament, the only back-to-back games you got is Friday, Saturday in the state final. That's all you got.
We'll take our chances if we can get there.
Well, yes. You betcha. You're guaranteed 2 games if you get there. So, you come out, you play, and you know that it's going to happen and things. So, we just got to take them one at a time. Let's worry about Glenwood and try to work it just like a state tournament, that we have to stay on top of things and stay focused. And I've really talked to the kids hard about letting our defense be the reason that we get there. So I don't think we've been a good defensive team. I think this group has the potential to be a solid defensive team, but it's got to have an effort that we had there for about 12, 13 minutes.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win here tonight. Back at Roy S. Anderson for a doubleheader coming up this weekend. As you mentioned, Glenwood will be in Friday night for the next to the last conference game. And I think I saw one of the coaches on college basketball this afternoon say, the only thing you can worry about is doing the next best thing you can do. And for the Railers, that's Glenwood.
Well, we want to prepare, and we want to prepare and do the things, what's in front of us. We want to worry about what we're doing, how we're playing, how hard we're playing, how hard we're executing, for rebounding. Those are the things that we want to do. But here we are at the point in time, again, that, next weekend's the last home regular season weekend, and it just seems like we started yesterday, and it's coming to an end pretty quick. And, it could be over real quick if we're not prepared and focused to play the kind of ball that we need to. And next Saturday night is a big night. I just want everybody to know that that's our senior night and fan appreciation night. So hopefully we'll have the support that we need for our guys, and send our seniors out, even though they hopefully will get a couple more home games after next weekend.
All right, Coach, congratulations here tonight. 22-5 on the season. We look for win 23 Friday night against Glenwood.
Thank you.
Railers win 40-33. We'll be back to wrap it up in 60 seconds. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.